Hi, I'm Dan. Welcome to my Duskers Daily Challenge for the 5th of May 2020. Yesterday, we had everything but sentries, and I wound up losing Colin at the very, very end because Colin kind of died for science. He was my Explore drone. But it turned out that the room where the slime started was also the last room I checked, and it was mostly overgrown, but there was a little patch near the two pieces of scrap that were in there that I could get to stealthed. And so I tried dropping mines as close as possible. I stacked three of them and then tried to drive away quickly to see if I could take out any tiles of slime with stacked mines and possibly clear out enough that I could grab at least one of the pieces of scrap, and I couldn't get out fast enough, so Colin was disabled. Poor Colin. But I'm definitely thinking now about doing a mine-specific test kitchen video because I realize there's so many things about how mines work and how the damage fall off happens with them. There's so much stuff about that I'm vaguely aware of, but I don't know the precise mechanics of it. So I think one of these days I'm going to start messing around with that. But anyway, looks like Marvin and Dargard probably took the same route that I did and didn't get in there fast enough to get the scrap, whereas Muska, LB, and Jury all did. So congrats to those three, and congrats to Marvin and Dargard for not murdering one of their own drones sort of fruitlessly with mines. But I did it for science. For science! So anyhow, today, that was a very long intro. Today, no installed ship upgrades. We have a lure. We have 120s across the board, so 360 starting HP. That's 590 starting score, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay. Got that interface. And a medical B with 3 poor hull integrity, fatal age. Okay, this one's going to be a bit of a task, I would imagine. Oh, and we start off with a very long hallway. Brilliant. Very long hallway that's also kind of the money room, it looks like. Oh, this... yeah. Okay. Okay. I think I hear a swarm up there. Maybe behind D18. I was just thinking it sure would be nice if this was a second generator room, and it is, so I think we'll have the entire map before the first slime spawn happens, which is kind of great. This is not big. Okay. Let's park Kyle in here. Hoping to find a room where we could try to bait slime in. God damn it. And what is R6? Okay, that is R6. R7 is where the where a swarm is, and there's our vent room. Beautiful. Got the swarm off that door. Good. It's mildly inconvenient, isn't it? Okay, we don't have to worry about slime. That is actually kind of brilliant in many respects. So, right. Crap. This could be a very short run. As if D6 blows open, or D16 blows open, we lose both generator rooms, and... But we don't actually have to worry about that, so... So we can just get back to work. Oh, well, shit. I think there must be a vent in R10, or there's just a swarm in R10. Christ. Well, only 3 infestation types, but a ship this old. And a second friggin' gather, which is something that nobody needs. Right. That is of no use whatsoever. That was almost very, very bad. And I could just make my life a hell of a lot easier by doing this with lures, I know. And yet, I'm not making that choice for whatever reason. Still in weekly challenge mode, which is use as little as possible in the way of explore upgrades. We are going to start using lures, though. Then the question is where to put the next lure. Well, I suppose I'm also still vaguely holding out hope that we might get us a ship scan on a terminal. Unless there's one in R6, it's not really happening. Oh, for fuck's sake, there's a vent. That's bad. Okay, there's a vent, but we're at 10 minutes, so that vent already spawned? That would mean that there had been 2 swarms. There were 2 swarms in R5 that wound up in R4. Okay. Which means that this ship is just so goddamn chock full of infestations, I may just have to start venting. little bit sloppy, this, but what else can you do? Yeah, now we're gonna go to town with using lures, it looks like. Really? Really, you're feeling the need to do that? Okay. Annoying generator layout, but fine. Vent R4A3 again. Goodbye. Lest we forget. And that was a whole lot of work for actually very little. I mean, we've ship scanned just about every room, but how many lures do we have left? 2. It should be just enough. I think I must have gotten half spawns from the R9 vent. And I guess the R5 vent. we'll still have a lure left over. Jesus. Yeah, that's bad news. Okay. So that's everything there could possibly be except the sentry, which we have not dealt with. Are there any good rooms for killing sentries? Not really. I mean, there's no great rooms for it anyway. But, I think R9 will probably be what it is. Okay. So D5. Yeah, that'll do as well as anything. Come on. $15 for 60, though. Could have been worse. And one lure left over. 14 scrap. 14 scrap, 1 drone upgrade. Alrighty. 880. Yeah, and the difference in score is just dependent on how well people did with the sentry trick. And okay, Mystica and Marvin ran it a hell of a lot quicker than I did, so well done to both of them. And LB ran it a little bit quicker than I did, so well done to him as well. Anyway, that is all from me for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to watch other people's runs, check the video description. You will find links to daily challenge playlists for all the usual suspects. As for me, I'll be back tomorrow. I will see you then. Bye.